Africa promoter for 4 consecutive times. And today he got news that he's been awarded the same award for this year as well. To date, Africa's leading promoter, and of course, a leading promoter in the world of boxing. Let's give it up for Nesta Don King Tobias. Now, that's not a legendary clap. Let's keep it moving. Now, this young man moved to Germany at the age of 14 to join SV Werder Bremen. In 1999, he made his first debut in the Bundesliga at the age of 19. Made a total of 86 league appearances in all competitions at Werder Bremen. In 2006, he moved to Turkey, became the first Namibian to make an appearance in the Champions League. He spent 13 years overseas and made 55 appearances for the Brave Warriors. Give it up for Razandwara Chikudo. Thank you very much. See the Germans, they say, kick the ball, kick the ball. Well, unfortunately, Razi couldn't make it this evening. Let's move on to the next one. In 1999, he moved to Germany in search for global stardom in the Bundesliga. In 2001, he joined FC Hamburg, to become the youngest Namibian footballing home for 11 years, before ending his career with TSV 1860, München. All these German teams always have a year to their name added. He represented Namibia at the 2008 African Cup of Nations and earned 32 caps and captained the team for several years. He became the second Namibian to make an appearance in the Champions League, something that Congo always dreamt of. He introduced Hopsol Football Development Program, which aims to nurture and develop young and upcoming footballers towards a life of professional footballing. Let's give it up for Colin Benjamin. Thank you very much. Let's move on. Now, this young man became the second Namibian boxer to win a world title in 2009. Defeated Yusuke Kobori in Yokohama for the WBA light world title. He successfully defended his world title in 2009 against Takehiro Shimada, and he won on points. Also challenged Ricky Benz in 2012 for the world title. Now rated number 3 by the WBO, and the reigning WBO Africa champion, record of 43 fights, 40 wins, 25 coming by knockout, 3 losses. Let's welcome Paulus the Hitman Moses. No, he's not going to make a speech tonight because we all know he loves speeches. Okay, let's move on to the next recipient. He became the 3rd Namibian boxer to win a world title. He defeated Sor Singju from Thailand in 2013 on home soil to win the WBO Bantamweight title. He went on to clinch the IBO Super Bantam World title in 2015, which he defended twice successfully. Also participated in the 2014 Summer Olympics and won a silver medalist at the All Africa Games. As a record of 27 fights, 2 losses, let's welcome Paulus the Rock Ambunda. She became the first Paralympic gold medalist in Namibian history in the 200 meters race in London at the 2012 Summer Paralympics. Just like Frankie Fredericks, she has a street named after her. Let's welcome Joanna Benson. And as usual, she dresses to kill. Let's give her another round of applause. Our second last legend is the former captain of the Namibia national rugby team. He participated with the squad at the 2007 and 2011 Rugby World Cup. At the 2011 World Cup Rugby, the IRB's Rugby News Service listed him as one of the top 5 players of the tournament. And this is what they said. Berger was consistent and the shining light in his side, and that even opposition squad mounted, the 28-year-old continued to tirelessly throw himself to the tackle and threaten turnover ball in the rucks, whatever that means. Following a concussion in Georgia in 2015, he retired, a true professional. He now is a full-time farmer. Let's give it up for Jack Berger. And you can see you wouldn't want to take chances with him. Huh? So moving on to the very last one. He became Namibia's 3rd boxing world champion, became the first Namibian and African boxer to hold 3 world titles, WBA, IBF, and IBO, making him an undisputed champion. He broke a record in Russia by knocking out Troyanovsky in 40 seconds of the first round. First Namibian boxer to fight in the USA for an undisputed 5-belt world championship, attracting 1.3 million viewers in the US. Africa's #1 pound-for-pound boxer. Represented Namibia at the 2008 Olympics. Let's give it up for Julius Blue Machine Indongo. Ladies and gentlemen, here are your 17 MTC sports legends. Now I know some people are on social media already saying who should have been there, who's not supposed to be there. If you are doing that, that's exactly what you want, what we want you to do, is to start talking about legends and stop shaming them. Ladies and gentlemen, here are your 17 sports legends. The media can have a... Good. Oh, and by the way, the blazers come with an undisclosed cash amount. It comes with an undisclosed airtime amount. And now I'm going to score an interview already, because the first thing the journalist will ask is how much. But we're not telling you. Thank you very much. You leave the stage on that side. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
ladies and gentlemen, I think the legends deserve another round of applause.
That's what I'm talking about. Come on.
Classic, absolutely classic.
Wow.
I mean, Maneti, Ronnie Canalelo.
This is history. 17 legends on one stage, one
Amazing.
evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Absolutely
This is
amazing.
crazy. Who remembers In the Back of the Net? In the Back of the Net! Anybody? All right. Such inspiring words. Thank you so much, Mr. Ekanjo. And speaking of inspiration, tonight we are in the presence of legends, giants in their fields.
No doubt, right? Because we're celebrating both the legends as well as the current sports stars. So, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome on stage that Mr. John Ekongo, Corporate Communications Specialist at MTC, as well as Commissioner Erika Biekes to announce the winner of MTC Junior Sportswoman of the Year and MTC Junior Sportsmen of the Year.
Please give them a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.
Good evening. I just want to say, indemnify myself. We did not take your data. Thank you very much. Well, we are here to award the nominees for Junior Sportsmen and Sportswomen of the Year, MTC that is. They say that age is not a barrier. It's not either a limitation as long as you put your mind to it. So these young men and women have proven that although they are very young, they have already moved mountains. So imagine what their future holds if they go in their path.
And the nominees are
The nominees for MTC Junior Sportswoman of the Year are Said De Souza, Athletics, Charlize van Zyl, Gymnastics, and Helene Stergiadis, Swimming.
and the winner is Charlize van Zyl. And the nominees for the Junior Sportsman of the Year
The nominees for MTC Junior Sportsman of the Year are Ivan Danny Geldenhuys, Athletics, Delano Miller, Kickboxing, and Lance Potgieter, Gymnastics.
and the winner is Delano Miller.
I want to thank MTC and the Namibian Sports Commission for making this possible. And I want to thank my coaches, Enrique, Leslie, my brother, and Danny Boy. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please give another big round of applause for this young man right here. Exceptional talent, I tell you.
Oh yes, I think the one thing we can all agree about, ladies and gentlemen, is that sports teaches you on how to be disciplined and dedicated and actually earn your place, right? It's not just given to you, you actually earn it, right? So these young ones definitely have a bright future ahead. No, so bright that, you know, we gotta put shades on.
Put on the shades,
Yeah.
man. Look at this young man. I am absolutely flabbergasted. Speaking of which, ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great honor to welcome on stage Ms. Desiree Matias, the Presidential Advisor for Youth Matters and Enterprise Development, for our keynote address for this evening. Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause.
Thank you very much, program directors, senior government officials present, sport commissioners, presidents and chairpersons of the National Sporting Codes, sponsors in the form of MTC, members of the media, distinguished invited guests. I recognize the presence of the Inspector General. A very good evening. Sport signifies a number of factors for the inhabitants of our Namibian house. First and foremost, sport has the ability to unite people by bringing people together from all walks of life in celebration and in admiration of athletic artistry. Who can ever forget the sensational victories and the contributions of sportsmen like Ananias Shikongo, Frank Fredericks, Dan Craven, Jacques Berger, Harry Simon, Paulus the Hitman, Indongo, Monica Dahl, Gabi Arons, and Luket Swatboy. But before I continue, I want to stop and just ask Tim a question. Tim, how did you know I was going to acknowledge the legends? Or who will ever forget how we came together as a nation just 2 years ago when the brave warriors brought the COSAFA Cup back home? Sport definitely transcends boundaries and unites us beyond race, color, and creed to foster a spirit of nationhood and social cohesion. Secondly, sport presents the opportunity to contribute towards our country's agenda for development, our social progression, and economic transformation. It is definitely an avenue that should be harnessed to create wealth, especially for the young. Sport is also important beyond just the entertainment aspect because it imparts profitable values and produces role models, men and women of excellence, from whom both we the young and the old can emulate the values of discipline, commitment, consistency, tenacity, and teamwork. We have all heard and internalized the clarion call of our President, His Excellency Dr. Hage Geingob, that of an all-out war against poverty and corruption. There are many examples to draw from across the continent and the world where men and women have risen from the doldrums of abject poverty to the lofty echelons of stardom and wealth. Sports is transformational, and it does offer an avenue out of poverty for many of our young and gifted. However, in order to realize their talent and potential, we need to ensure that appropriate infrastructure, administration, and support services are in place to create a conducive environment for athletic success. It is therefore paramount for the private sector to continue in partnership with government in ensuring that we create access to the opportunities for those athletically gifted Namibians to excel at the highest of levels. Ladies and gentlemen, it is no secret that our president is a keen sports enthusiast, and in particular of the game of football and tennis. His passion is made visible when he draws examples from sports and applies them in the context of politics, leadership, and governance. As an example, recently when assenting the legislation of the Whistleblowers Protection Act, which is an instrument aimed to mitigate corruption, President Geingob cautioned for these freedoms to be used responsibly by drawing similarity to the game of football, where we all know that sometimes a false whistle may be blown at a very crucial point in the game and in an unfair manner. He is essentially encouraging all players and spectators to play by the rules. Fellow Namibians, we are observing diminishing levels of trust all over the world and also in our country, not only towards political leaders, but also among different stakeholders, including the sporting fraternity, the private sector, and publics at large. President Geingob refers to the mathematical formula that of accountability plus transparency equals to improved levels of trust. A plus T equals TR. This is a concept that has become his leadership mantra and indeed one of the central tenets of the Harambee Prosperity Plan's desired goal and outcome to deliver improved, effective governance and improved service delivery. More must therefore be done, should be done, and will be done to strengthen the processes, the systems, and the institutions that are responsible for the administration of our national sporting codes. The President's call to improve public levels of trust is therefore one that we should embrace and one that is to be applied by all in a day-to-day governance of this public good that is sport. As I draw to a close, the spirit of Harambee is one that calls for a culture of collective and collaborative efforts in order to propel our development forward. In government, we have drawn from the values that you espouse in the sporting fraternity, those of unity, of teamwork, and hard work, pulling together towards our common goal. Every recipient of an honor this evening is one who has tasted defeat, and every winner symbolizes the fighting spirit of the Namibian people. Those challenges and setbacks that we have experienced in our national development journey thus far should therefore not become an end in themselves, but should rather give us the courage to persevere, to endure, to never give up. Because in the words of one author, victory is always possible for the person who refuses to stop fighting. As citizens and as individuals, we should never stop fighting to achieve our goals. And as a nation, we should never stop believing in the possibility. In conclusion, His Excellency the President is on record, I think, having said to Ricardo Manetti and the boys when they brought the cup home, that we should banish the days when we were happy to just participate in tournaments. We have to compete to win. And this evening, we have witnessed, and we're here to celebrate your outstanding achievements. We congratulate you, and I thank you for your kind attention.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. Miss Matthias looking absolutely beautiful in her yellow dress. And she's actually an avid marathon runner. So maybe 1 year we might just see her receiving an award.
Absolutely.
On this very stage. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's because of the generosity as well as support of our sponsors that nights like these can happen. That men and women who work so tirelessly can be the best in their sports to get the recognition as well as respect they so richly deserve.
Absolutely, Wea. And they make it possible for like our next speaker, who's going to come and inspire and delight us.
Yeah. Well, this our next speaker who's about to give that a motivational speech that's for this evening is a legend on his own. He has won so many competitions, has competed worldwide, and I would like you, ladies and gentlemen, to give him a warm Namibian welcome. That's on the stage for tonight. That is for Mr. Peter de Villiers.
Good evening, gentle ladies and men. I was looking, couldn't find one gentleman tonight. I'm really humbled and greatly honored for this invitation. You know, this underprivileged kid from Paul only wanted to do one thing, and that is represent this country in a one sport that he loved so dearly called rugby. And one day at 13, I played a good game, a really good one. Came off the field and my coach said to me, which is my teacher, Peter, I think you're going to be a Springbok. Wow. I ran home, went to my mother, the greatest inspiration of my life. Said, Mommy, you know what? I am going to be a Springbok. She burst my bubble. She said, sorry, my son. This is only for the whites. You will never be a Springbok. Now this little kid believed his teacher. And he was torn in two by a mother who said no, teacher said yes. And I turned back and went to my room. And on my way to my room, I called my mother and said, Mommy, you know, if I can't play for them, I will coach them one day. And 37 years after that, I became the Springbok coach. Are dreams real? Or is the reality a dream? You make up your mind. But what I learned is the thoughts that I want to leave with you tonight. Number one, sport is a lifestyle and not an event. You should never allow schooling to come in the way of your education. I'm telling you now, combine your knowledge, combine everything that you learn in life with who you are. And if you understand who you are, you will never depend on other people to tell you who you are, what you can do, what you can achieve. You know who you are. Remember, coaches don't select teams, players do. So be the best you that you can be in whatever you do. Practice don't make perfect. Perfect practice make perfect. Go out there and be the best that you can be. Don't allow anybody to steal your passion, to steal your dream, and to take your sport away from you, because sport is the one thing that can make you really be you. The second thought, we as coaches need to be tough, but don't forget to be kind. Everybody are what they repeatedly do in life. And that is why winning is not an accident. Greatness is something that's deep inside of you. If you can't find it, nobody else will find it. A lot of people, they don't win games because not of the opposition that's better than them, that beat them. No, it's because of the enemy who beats them every time. And the enemy is within yourself, deep, deep, deep within yourself. I can or I can't. And that brings me to the third thought. If you think you can or you cannot, you are right. You just make sure that your servant's towel is bigger than your ego. I'm telling you today, ego is an anesthetic that kills the pain of stupidity. Only a stupid person has an ego. Because if your ego is too big, you will never be able to see your accomplishments. The fourth thought, wisdom will come to you in unluckiest sources. A lot of times, it will come to you in failure. Just remember, when you hit rock bottom, you are on a firm, firm place where you can grow back to. You will meet a lot of people. I met a lot of them, but I never met anybody who was jealous on me. You won't, because who are you? But what you will meet a lot of people who are jealous on their own inabilities, and they will try to drag you down to their level. If you allow it, there's something wrong, something deeply wrong with your character. Fifth thought, the least of our worries is that you will be successful. I will worry if you never fail. Because it's only through failure where you can appreciate being successful. Food is only a word. You can look in a dictionary. You'll find the meaning to it until you get hungry. And when you get hungry, you look for food. Are we in this country hungry enough for success? Are we really go anywhere with what look that we will never achieve it to find that success? We have in this country 2 tertiary institutions who can help us take us to the next level. But no, we look outside. We look outside of our country for things to make happen for us. If you look at rugby, if you look at soccer, if you look at all those other kind of sports, how many of our people is studying and playing sports in a country that we are in awe of? If we can keep, if they can steal them from here to represent them, how good are we really? What do we need to appreciate it? My sixth thought: pride is a burden of a foolish person. I'm telling you now, a transformed mind is a renewed mind. And I'm come to grips with this. Whenever a principle comes in the way of progress, it becomes an obstacle. Don't let your principles be the obstacle of going forward. Virtue should be our building block, not a stumbling one. Our seventh thought: Michelangelo said, I wouldn't have a problem if you aim too high and miss, but I will have a problem if you aim too low and hit. So what I'm telling you now, understand your level. We all made in the image of God. And in that image of God where we stand, if you come down to anybody else's level, I'm telling you now, you're a loser. Sometimes in South Africa, the gangsters are bad people, you know. So we walk through the areas in this level, and then the gangster will say, Peter, jou master. And then if you say nothing, you walk through that area. If you say, jou master ook, then you get to their level. At their level, they have a gun and a knife. You don't have one. They will beat you. And that is the story of life. That is the story of life. If you want to be beaten, come down to somebody else's level. I thought, everybody has faith. I mean, you're sitting on a chair. Did you test it? No. You had the faith the chair won't break. So everybody has faith. But faith has a twin brother called fear. And fear doesn't exist. This lady, she was so afraid of snakes, really afraid of snakes. Whenever she heard the word snake, she got goosebumps. And one day when she woke up, she saw a snake sailing up the cot of a baby. She got such a big fright, caught the snake and killed it. She's still afraid of snakes? Definitely she is. But her love for a child overcome the fear for the snake. Are you aware that your love for who you are, the love for your country, the love for making a difference in somebody else's life can overcome everything in this country? And nobody can leave a legacy. Please don't even try. In our country, he tried to do it. It didn't work. With Mandela and other people around him, it didn't work. What you can do is change other people's lives, and they will leave a legacy for you. The ninth and second last thought: the power to change lies in the strength of your qualification. Every one of us, all of us has a key. When you're born, God gives you a key. What we do, we give that key away. And sometimes we don't realize that that key is the key to unlock the door to the future. The bad thing about a door is you don't know what's behind it. Don't lose your faith that your greatness is behind it. Your miracle with your name on it is behind the door. And whenever you open that door with your key, I'm telling you, a lot of people will be able to follow you to the next level. And what is the next level? Go and open the next door. And I leave you with this last and final thought. Very simple. Better be an hour early than a minute late. I thank you.
Wow. Thank you very much for that inspirational piece, Mr. De Villiers. You know what? We want to get the blood pumping before we call up our next performers. So when I say sport, you say lifestyle. Are we ready? Let's go. Sport. Sport. When I say lifestyle, you say sport. Lifestyle. Lifestyle. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, it is with great honor to call up our next performers for this evening. Please, a big round of applause for One Blood!
Biribuna kabeku, kabeku muliwa. Biribuna kabeku, kabeku muliwa. Biribuna nependa, nependa wakaji. Biribuna Wesley, hey Wesley kaji. Biribuna tuko, kamu ikendura. Biribuna tuko, kamu ikendura. Biribuna diri, weya kavetura. Biribuna Joe, viyanga shio. Biribuna wari, wali bashibuga. Biribuna Joshua, noko kuleka he. Biribuna Pakonja, Pakonja Hanabi.
What's up? Is everybody here? Make some noise!
Wohange no rufue, uroti balimwa. Wohange no rufue, uroti balimwa.
Check. Come on, everybody.
Come on, everybody. Let's make money, money, make money, ma. Make money, money, make money, ma. Make money, money, make money, ma. Make money, money, 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 ma. Make money, money, make money, ma. Do fool and now. Make money, money, make money, ma. Make money, money, make money, ma. Do fool and now. Now dance, dance, dance. Everybody dance. Whoa. Warakata, wala wala. Biribuna weji, kanangure. Biribuna wedugi, karumedu. Biribuna XP, kabiguno. Biribuna osha, gayitiwe. Biribuna Macy, wa munguna. Biribuna nongi, kashitwa. Biribuna sati, sati. Biribuna sati, kahibura. Biribuna ngume, kuhanga. Selma kiwari wabi, kendi kabaye. Rija shibetegera, kauna wauyera. Putu, uera. Now dance, dance, dance. Everybody dance. Waragada, 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 ragada, waragada, 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 ragada, waragada. Ooh la la, ooh la la, ooh la la, ooh la la. Wena kakarara, wena sula isola. Konjita mundu shambongarore, oshito minna numondorera. Konjita mundu shambongarore, oshito minna numondorera. Konjita mundu shambongarore. Ooh la la, ooh la la, ooh la la, ooh la la. Konjita mundu shambongarore, oshito minna numondorera. One time. Namibia, we love you guys. It's a wood.
All right.
Yo. One more time, ladies and gentlemen. Give it up for One Blood. Bro.
Do you want to show us a bit of move?
Hey, you know, this is some. the guys already proved themselves well. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
hey. But I saw this side of like this side. The noise was coming from this side. Did you guys enjoy that?
Yo, I must say that the song Warakata is one of the biggest songs in Namibia for 2017. Please make some noise one more time, ladies and gentlemen. That was amazing. Thank you so much, One Blood. I hope all of you at home enjoyed the performance as well.
Yeah, no, we see you on Facebook, Twitter. We see you. Let's continue with the show, ladies and gentlemen. Now, up next, we'd like to call on that Miss Rosa Nikono, the Corporate Communication and Marketing Officer from Nampower.
Please give her a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Winners are not people who never fail, but people who never quit. So tonight, here are the nominees for the Nampower Sportswoman of the Year with a Disability Award.
The nominees for Nampower Sportswoman of the Year with a Disability are Johanna Benson, Para-Athletics, and Lahia Ishitile, Para-Athletics.
And the winner is Lahia Ishitile. Thank you. And the nominees for the Nampower Sportsman of the Year with a Disability are
The nominees for Nampower Sportsman of the Year with a Disability are Eino Mushila, Para-Athletics, Anania Shikongo, Para-Athletics, and Johannes Nambala, Para-Athletics.
And the winner is Johannes Nambala.
Ladies and gentlemen, congratulations to all our winners thus far. Please, another big round of applause.
Maps, we're surely having so much fun, and we only have 3 more awards. That's for this evening, the major ones.
You know what, where time
Yeah.
flies when you're having fun and recognizing the cream of the crop.
I can surely agree with that. Not only those amongst us tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to take a moment to remember those who may have left us as in person, but those legacy contributions to the world of sports will definitely live forever. Thank you for all the memories.
Nedara tata si prada tuze ai uwe ha Tundara Oga tundagera Dikyonke kirami man Hamikoba tubatma Chidakera tuwakao Chidakera tuwakao Chidakera tuwakao Chidakera tuwakao Chidakera tuwakao Chidakera tuwakao Dikyonke kirami man Hamikoba tubatma Oi, oi Get up the barami We say lady yeah We say lady yeah Ndibuli kila simashiwe Simashiwe Life isn't about finding yourself Life is about creating yourself We say lady yeah We say lady my hustle. Just the other day, the year 2010, 3 days after my son was born, I lost someone very precious, someone very close to me. Danda Shimbarumba Hamauga. Just the other day, we said any day, we said any day. She wish. Life isn't about finding yourself. Life is about creating yourself. We said any day, we said any day. She wish. Life isn't about finding yourself. Life is about creating yourself. Mbodiro yeraka royeri ngomeri pura wanje. Mama wadade ati againu wakapaye kodombongo ndakuta wakapaye kotoka wakakararure hamimbabyalere kuleni kahimunu hamimbabyalere kaleke mushinyo mekapewa kune amimbira erike metukoranye amimbikumesa kotoka wakakararure owayaruge maduba kalundana teresia yatamunwa kula sheilemo Costa Lucas Menete Lucas Alexia Viringa Valencia Chombe Sima Mulungu Tanda Mauga Mamu de Burukwa Shiwana Teka
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen, a moving tribute there that is from Mazanga. Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you're just tuning in on NBC One, you are watching the MTC NSC Namibia Sports Awards 2017. Thank you so much for tuning in. Well, the next two awards are massive, all right? I think most of you in this room, and I see some nervous nominees this side, as well as this side, you've been waiting for this one, right? Now, to present these two prestigious awards, that is MTC Sports Woman of the Year and MTC Sports Men of the Year. Welcome on stage, that's Mr. Joseph Mujindi, Sponsorship and Promotions Manager.
Good evening. What an eventful evening it has been. I'm sure everybody will agree. We're here to look at the nominees for the Sportswoman of the Year, and they are as follows.
The nominees for MTC Sportswoman of the Year are Helalia Johannes, Marathon; Michelle Foster, cycling, and Margaret Mengo, indoor hockey.
And the Sportswoman of the Year is Elalia Johannes. Thank you. Now we get into yet another surprise, and that's the nominees for the Sportsman of the Year. And they are as follows.
The nominees for MTC Sportsman of the Year are Leslie Hoeb, kickboxing; Julius Indongo, professional boxing; and Jean-Paul Berger, triathlon.
And the surprise of the evening is the Blue Machine, Julius Indongo.
Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause for Elalia Johannes and Blue Machine Indongo.
Maps,
Hey!
I need to tell you something very interesting. I was actually part of a 21-kilometer run.
What?
With Hilaria, and I attempted to kind of keep up with her, but she's...
I want to know how far you came. How far did you come? Did you complete the
I
21
finished
kilometers?
my 21 kilometers in 2 hours, 45 minutes.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, and now, for the category that we've all been waiting for. Even the guys at table number 17 who have been drinking all of the Tafel lager.
I don't know who's at table 17, but yeah. Now, talking about that one category we've all been waiting for, ladies and gentlemen, is the MTC Sports Star of the Year. Now, to present this award, let's welcome back, that's Ms. Desiree Matthews, the Presidential Advisor, Youth Matters and Enterprise Development, and Chief Human Capital and Corporate Affairs Officer, MTC, Mr. Tim Ekanjo.
Please give them a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, after what has been an eventful evening of celebrating great stars, we have come down to this final category, the MTC Sports Star of the Year. Here are the nominees. The winner is Julius Indongo, the Blue Machine.
So amazing. It's the best ever moment of my life. Okay, let me first acknowledge the Almighty God up for creating all this for me. It was a long journey throughout after 16 years, and finally I achieved this. Let me recognize the presence of my Inspector General, Sebastian Eto'o present here, and the seniors all around in the venue. I acknowledge you all, and I would like to give my sincere to the MTC Nesta Sunshine Academy for opening my doors and show the talent to the world and raise the Namibian flag higher, whereby we could not, most of the world never knew where Namibia is until we managed to raise up our national flag in 3 various sides of the world. And nevertheless, I cannot leave this out to recognize. So after the achievement or where I came from, it was through the development program, that's 201-202, under the Honorable Councillor Mr. Ambrosius Kanji. If it was not him, whereby he have been giving all this, I don't know whether I could be in boxing or achieve something like this.
Ladies and gentlemen, congratulations to the Blue Machine once again. And what can we say?
Yeah. He's the sports